What if your childhood was filled with hunger, chaos, and pain and, yet, instead of letting it break you, you turned it into fuel to inspire millions? What if your darkest struggles became the very fire that lit up other people's lives? This is the story of Tony Robbins, the janitor who became the giant, the boy from poverty who rose to become one of the most influential motivational speakers in the world. A living reminder that your past doesn't define your future, your choices do. Tony Robbins was not born into comfort. He grew up in a poor family in California, often unsure if there would be food on the table. His mother struggled with addiction and anger. At just 17, after one violent night when his mother chased him out of the house with a knife, Tony left home. Men never went back. Imagine that. A teenager, no money, no support, no home. Only pain, only uncertainty. But here's the paradox. That pain would later become his greatest teacher. With no college education, Tony worked as a janitor, earning $40 a week. One day, he heard about a seminar that could change lives. The ticket was $35, most his entire paycheck. Most people would have said, too expensive, but Tony took the risk. That seminar opened his eyes to something life-changing: the power of self-education, of learning from those who had already walked the path. Soon, he became the assistant to Jim Rohn, a motivational speaker. Tony carried books, organized events, and studied every word Ron said. He didn't just listen, he absorbed, he modeled, he transformed. Tony didn't stay an assistant for long. He began speaking on his own. He was different, louder, more energetic, more physical. He combined psychology, storytelling, and personal transformation into something fresh, something unforgettable. His seminars became electrifying. He made people walk on fire, literally proving that fear is an illusion and courage is a choice. But what truly set him apart wasn't the spectacle. It was his authenticity. He spoke from scars, not from theory. He didn't come from privilege. He came from the struggle his audience knew all too well. From hotel ballrooms to stadiums filled with tens of thousands, Tony Robbins became a global phenomenon. Presidents, CEOs, athletes, and everyday people sought his guidance. His books sold millions. His foundation fed millions of hungry families, perhaps because he remembered the nights he went hungry himself. He once said, "Your past does not equal your future." And he lived it. Psychologists call Tony's transformation a form of post-traumatic growth. It's the phenomenon where hardship doesn't just damage it, creates resilience, empathy, and drive. Research shows that individuals who experience deep adversity often develop extraordinary motivation to change their lives and to help others do the same. Tony Robbins is a textbook case. Experts also highlight his use of neuro-linguistic programming, NLP, and behavioral modeling. Tools that help rewire how people think and act. What Tony teaches is rooted not only in inspiration, but also in cognitive science. Change your patterns, and you change your life. If Tony's life were a parable, it might sound like this. A boy was given nothing but stones, poverty, pain, rejection. Most would throw them away. But this boy gathered the stones one by one and built a ladder. And with that ladder, he climbed not just for himself, but so he could pull others up behind him. His pain became his platform. His scars became his story. His hunger became his fuel. Most of us will never stand on a stage in front of thousands. But all of us know what it feels like to be hungry for love, for stability, for hope. Tony Robbins reminds us that our worst moments can become our greatest resources. The very thing you think disqualifies you may be the very thing that makes you powerful. Because people don't connect to perfection, to resilience, to the courage of someone who refuses to quit. Tony Robbins showed us that personal power isn't about being born with privilege. It's about turning pain into purpose, fear into fuel, and adversity into advantage. So here's my question for you. What pain in your life could you turn into power? What story could you tell not once you're perfect, but right now that could light the way for someone else? Don't wait for your life to be free of problems before you begin. Start with what you have, right where you are. That's where transformation begins. If Tony's story inspired you, hit LIKE so more people can hear it. Share this video with someone who needs to be reminded that their past doesn't define them. And Dan T, forget to subscribe for more modern parable stories that awaken the part of us that refuses to give up. Because sometimes the very thing that was meant to break you becomes the thing that builds you.